The ham is in the crock pot for the big ham dinner today. And as you can see, it wouldn't fit. But that's okay because later I'm gonna do a glaze and that'll let it soak in better. In the process of slicing up my bread into cubes for filling balls. This is the juice from the ham so far. I need a little bit for the filling balls and some for gravy. And I took this out before adding the glaze to the ham. Here's my cubed bread. You can use stuffing cubes, but I had a lot of bread in the freezer, so I thought why not just use it. I'm gonna toast it up a little bit in the oven. And I have this much celery and onion I'm gonna cut up for these filling balls. I'm gonna melt this butter in the frying pan, and that's where I'll saute the onion and celery. We have our celery and onion in the stick of butter sauteing. Gonna add some seasonings and herbs. I have sage, thyme, and parsley flakes. I also did some Italian herb grinder. Our stuffing cubes are out of the oven. I'm gonna mix them into the celery and onion. You have them all mixed in. I'm just gonna take some juice from our ham. And the object is, I'm also gonna add some egg, some beaten egg here when that mixture cools down a little bit. This juice has just been sitting here, so it's not too hot. But the object is, you want to get it to the point where you can form these into balls. Just doing it like this, and yes, it's a mess, but it forms nicely into a ball. And then you have them. I'm just going to toast our filling balls in the oven at 400 for about 20-30 minutes, keeping an eye on them, making sure they're not getting too brown. You can also leave your stuffing loose in a pan and it'll get crispy. One nice thing about the filling balls is they'll be crispy on the outside and they'll have that nice moist stuffing on the inside for the best of both worlds. Some people like that in the bird stuffing. They won't be that moist, but it won't be dry either. There's our spiral sliced ham, and it does have glaze on it. It was just a powdered mixture that you reconstitute and pour over. And I think we got this ham at Aldi last year. We saw similar ones today while we were there. And it was really easy. We just thawed it in the fridge, stuck it in the crock pot on high, made sure it got nice and hot, and then turned it on low and baked it. And it's been on low for about 5 hours, and these are pre-cooked hams. You just need to heat them up, and it'll hold in here. You can just add a little juice if you need to, but it's looking pretty good. And I'm running out of saucepan, so I have my taters in here ready to boil. They're peeled, washed, cubed, chunked up, and ready to make mashed potatoes. Just need to simmer until tender. We added a little water to our ham juice. I tasted it a little on the salty side, so it needed diluted a bit, plus we like more gravy. I just need to make a cornstarch slurry to thicken this up. Here's a little cornstarch and water I'll add to my boiling ham juice, and we'll have some ham gravy. I was going to make baby carrots, like a sweet caramelized baby carrot, but decided on some green bean casserole. Now, I only buy these when they're $1. So, if you only have a few people to feed and you enjoy green bean casserole, we really like these. If you were team frozen green beans instead of canned, then this would be something you probably enjoy. If you like the can better? Probably not, because these are more tender crisp than the canned green beans. But even if you needed to feed 6 people, I think this is 2 servings per container. So 3 of these would be $3 if you got them on sale. And if you have to buy your green beans, your mushroom soup, your French fried onions, it probably would save you a little bit of money to do this if you were in a hurry and needed something fast. I'll microwave these, and we're going to have leftovers from this meal. So I may end up making the carrots for our leftovers. And if I do that, I'll take you along with me to show you how I do it. Our filling balls are in the oven, toasting up nicely. We have our ham dinner, our spiral glazed ham, our filling balls, nice and toasty, green bean casserole, and the one thing that you won't have with this kind is the crunchies on top, but you could always add some if you have some of those. Crunchy French fried onions. And our mashed potatoes and gravy. And I don't salt a lot of this stuff because the ham is salty. So I just leave the salt out, and we can always add some at the table. Here's our ham dinner. It's a little dim in here today. Winter has arrived. Pappy's getting his plate. Look at the Christmas tree while Pappy's getting his plate. And there it is. Ham dinner. Here are our leftovers. Just put them in a baking dish, and I'll slide it in the oven with foil on top and heat everything up. And then I'll heat up the gravy another way. Make sure there's not too much gravy on everything. And we'll have another meal. And then that meal, I'll make the baby carrots. This is the ham we have left over, and Pappy will be taking that as ham sandwiches in his lunch. And then I'll go ahead and put the rest, including the bone, in a freezer bag, and I'll make some ham and bean soup or ham pot pie later this winter. Today we're having leftovers, and I have my meal all ready to shove in the oven here. I'll show you that in a minute. And I have gravy to heat up in the microwave. And I have these baby carrots that need to be used. I'm going to make some candied carrots as a side. In our baking dish, I have leftover ham and some filling balls, mashed potatoes, and I'll probably drizzle a little bit of the yummy ham gravy over the ham so it doesn't get dried out while it's heating up. I'll also put some foil over this just to make sure it doesn't dry out everything, and then I'll take it off at the end. I may even separate my filling balls to make sure they crisp up, because we enjoy those crispy on the outside. We have our gravy on there, and I'm just using these cheap foil sheets from the dollar section at Dollar General because I don't want to waste good foil for just covering up something. And I also have our filling balls wrapped up, ready to go in the oven. And I'll put our carrots on to start boiling. The carrots are on to boil, and I will just simmer them until they are fork tender. Drain the water, and then we'll add some butter and brown sugar. Now our carrots are fork tender. I just found a big guy in there and stabbed it. And the tines went right through, so I'm gonna drain them off. Set them back on the heat just to get rid of a little bit of the residual water in there. And I'm putting about this much butter. We have the butter melting. Just gonna coat all the carrots. And I'm gonna add some brown sugar. Probably about a tablespoon or two. We'll see. And the brown sugar in there, and I'm just gonna stir it up to see how coated they get. It's about a tablespoon and a half. I also need to remove my foil. Open up my filling balls so they get nice and crispy. I have the heat off. There's some residual heat from this electric stove burner. And that's going to caramelize the butter and brown sugar. Carrots are already sweet. They don't need a lot of sweetness, but this makes them extra yummy. Be a nice side for our ham dinner. The ham gravy's heating up. That'll only take a few minutes and a stir, and then probably another minute. Here's our gigantic plate of leftovers. Our filling balls and mashed potatoes and gravy, ham and candied carrots. And Pappy's. I usually don't film leftovers, but since we had a new side dish, thought I'd try it out. Looks pretty yummy.